Hello again. Surveys show that mental health problems among young people in this country are rising at an alarming rate, and it's a similar picture in some European countries and also Australia, New Zealand, and North America. Even those young folk who are supposedly sane seem to be gripped by mad delusions, such as the idea that the world will soon end, and so it's pointless to have any children. There is also an epidemic of gender identity problems, with an awful lot of youngsters quite unable to decide if they are boys or girls. This is a very strange state of affairs, and it doesn't bode well for the future. Ask the average teenager in Britain, and you're likely to find that he or she believes that sea levels are rising and likely to flood many parts of the world before long, and that this is coupled with rising temperatures globally. This may well be true, but then that kind of thing has always happened with the planet. The thumbnail to this video shows what the North Sea looked like 8,000 years ago. You will see that much of it was dry land, and there's plenty of evidence that a lot of people lived on what is now referred to as Doggerland. Then the sea level rose and all that huge land was submerged, a bit like Atlantis. It was nothing to do with man-made climate change, it's simply that throughout the whole of the Earth's history, sea levels have risen and fallen, temperatures gone up and down, and the coastlines constantly changed. A few million years ago, there were no ice caps at all, and Antarctica was a tropical forest full of dinosaurs. Then the Ice Age came and there were glaciers as far south as London. It's just how things are with the Earth. It's constantly changing. There's never any stability. Many young people, though, have been encouraged to panic at recent changes and regard them as an unprecedented catastrophe and fear that they are living in the end days. Like followers of some mad cults, they feel there's no point in having babies because the end of the world is nigh. Then there are those, an increasing number, who just don't know if they're boys or girls. They don't realise that there are only two genders, male and female, and these tie in with physical appearance. This too has become something of a craze. In both this business and the idea that the world is coming to an end, the schools in Europe and America are complicit. We are officially encouraging children to become depressed and neurotic about the future to such an extent that they reject the idea of starting families. Meanwhile, those living in Africa and Asia are not exposed to this lunacy, and they continue to be aware that men and women are two very different things, and they're also breeding very quickly. No hesitation in the rest of the world about having babies. It is almost as though the West has some kind of death wish, that a decision has been made to weaken and enervate the race and encourage a slow suicide. Falling birth rate, men who think they are women and vice versa, insane ideology being promoted to small children. Our society is in the grip of a dreadful impulse which will, unless we can reverse it, end in the extinction of Western civilization, a prospect which I view with dismay.